the nation. The worst. More than any other state. Why? Because in order for us to charge an officer for a crime in Washington State, we had to prove that the officer had malice and that he wasn't operating with a good faith belief, which is state of mind language. In other words, we had to figure out what was in his mind. It is impossible for us to be able to know what's in a police officer's mind. So from 2005, because of that law, to 2015, 213 people have been killed by officers in Washington State. How many officers convicted of a crime? 0. Because of that clause in our law. Same situation in Oklahoma. If it happened here, we couldn't do it, even Oklahoma did. That's what the situation is. Certain things are right, and certain things are wrong. Can you see that? Certain things are right.
Certain things are right.
Come on, help me. Because I'm going somewhere. Certain things are right.
Certain things are right.
Certain things are wrong.
Certain things are wrong.
So there's a lot of language going on today about what we're going to do. I imagine that when there was discussions about when are we going to allow slaves to be free? I can imagine there was a room kind of like this, and they were discussing why we shouldn't, and somebody else was saying, well, it was right, and other people were saying this, it's not the right thing to do, it is okay for us to have slaves. It was probably the same kind of back and forth with people trying to discuss whether they were going to do the right thing or the wrong thing. It's really a matter of fairness at the end of the day. There are some laws that are in place that are wrong all the way down the line. I don't want to have a conversation with you about what's wrong. I want you to first realize that it is wrong, and then we can start from that place. If someone is protesting, if people are talking about Black Lives Matter, if white people, Native Americans, and black people, and Asians, and Latinos are coming together, recognizing that there is some problems within our law, we are asking you to recognize it as well, so that we can move forward as a community, as a city, as a state, and as a nation. Now something wonderful happened in 2003. Something magnificent happened. And it happened because of leadership and vision. There was a state that said something is wrong here. You know what that was about? Massachusetts had the leadership and the vision to say it is wrong for us not to allow same-sex marriage. It's just wrong. They had the vision and leadership when it wasn't popular. Right? Washington State has an opportunity. The nation is calling upon us to have that same opportunity to set a precedent, because we need that set. Because based on what Massachusetts did, they became a snowball effect. So at some point somewhere, somebody's going to have to make that precedent. And nobody like Washington State is doing what we're doing. Well, what are we doing today? Yes, there is a governor's legislative meeting going on talking about what they talked about in slavery. There are people posturing on this side and on that side. But what we have done was not this time in Latino Civic Alliance and Native tribes and black churches. What we are doing is we are presenting an initiative to the legislators. This is the first of its kind. It's never happened in the country before. Well, we have an initiative to the legislators to then have 250,000 registered voter signatures to present that to the legislator about that language in the law to get it changed. If the legislators don't want to do nothing with it, then it goes to ballot. It is called I873. Our campaign is called Yes on I873. Our website is yesonin873.com. I don't want to wait on the conversation because we don't have to no more. I don't have to wait on them to decide what they consider to be right and wrong. We have enough coalition of people that understand that it's wrong. Yeah. So we went into active mode. Yes, it's good to march. Yes, it's good to support and the endorsement of the mayor, Adam Smith, the congressman, even the Seattle Police Department. Thank you, Mary. Senator House